The player has to go down to more often than not to get that penalty, where I just think that if it's a foul in the box, whether you stay up or whether you go down or not, regardless, it should be given as a penalty.
Here's Kolasinac into the feet of Sanchez. Now El Neni. Bellerin. Neat play. Ramsey with the flick header. Probably needed to put a bit of power into it, which went off target.
It's a lovely ball from El Neni. Bellerin is onside. Being played onside by Gibbs. Lovely little ball. It's a difficult one though for Ramsey. And this is the incident I'm talking about. That for me is a penalty, regardless of whether Rodriguez stays up or not. But I believe because Rodriguez gets up, okay, there is a certain extent and advantage, and we talk about Cech's save. It's an absolutely brilliant save. But I think the referees a lot of the time now won't give penalties unless a play does actually go down. He'll say that was good advantage, and give credit to Rodriguez as well, because he wanted to get straight up and try and put the finishing touches to it.
And Livermore had the chance after that as well, so you know, plenty of I don't think I've got too much to gripe about West Brom. Here's Gibbs, who'd love to get a goal back here. He didn't score too many for Arsenal. In here is a really young lad from the old Wimbledon club in South London.
It's a good venture forward from Gibbs. I think the beauty of it, with West Brom playing with 3 at the back, there was 5 players behind the ball when Gibbs picks it up, so he knows that he can get forward. It's a good strike. Cech was always comfortable. None of it was going wide.
Good touch from Lacazette. Good speed from Johnny Evans, central defender, very much in demand while the transfer window was still open. Manchester City leading the way to try and recruit the former Manchester United defender. Tony Pulis in the pre-season had made Evans captain and sort of said, I'm going to build a lot around you, and we're not going to let you go if you really make a fuss, I suppose, as some players would. Could force the issue, but Evans is not like that, and he's gone on with the job.
Not at all. You know, he's a fantastic professional, and you didn't see any headlines from him in the newspapers saying that he wanted to leave. The thing is, from Johnny Evans' point of view, he knows if he keeps performing for West Brom, then these teams aren't going to go away. They will still be around. There was talk of interest from Arsenal as well. Obviously, we know about Manchester City, and he is a fantastic player.
Yeah, Arsenal was the season before as well, so... Pulis. A little bit agitated, but that's a bit of a default position for him away from home. Off goes Rodriguez, signed from Southampton. Of course, his career was looking very promising until a couple of serious knee injuries. He was on the verge of being in the England squad for the last World Cup, and injury could not have come at a worse time for those ambitions. And try as he did, and he tried very hard, he couldn't quite nail down a regular place back in the Southampton lineup. So been a good move for him and for West Brom. That was the target then, trying to guide it on to Livermore. This is Neon trying to go around the outside of Kolasinac. You need a ring road to go around the outside of him.
I think the one thing we can see from West Brom, with them playing with the 2 up front, it's not easy for Arsenal to play out from the back, and mistakes like that will happen. So what they're doing, West Brom, by pressing high like that, they're trying to rush Arsenal. Arsenal play the longer ball, and Arsenal haven't got that physicality up front. They've got Lacazette, Sanchez and Ramsey to a certain extent, so West Brom are trying to make Arsenal play long from the back, and they will fancy their 3 centre-backs to win all the headers.
Gibbs with the throw. Caused a bit of a nuisance. Livermore got a touch as well. Not prepared to play the percentages from the restarts. El Neni. Bellerin. And Costa coming out, and he's going to make sure he gets there. Bit of a slice, but the Just quick enough to beat Lacazette to it.
Just looking down at Tony Pulis, he's not happy about that. The one thing that he doesn't want is for opposition to get behind your back four or back three. Maybe saying to his back three, he wants them to drop that little bit deeper, to not leave them a little bit isolated and give them the chances to get in behind.
Rodriguez going in, cleared by Barry. Well by Mustafi. In times when Koscielny's been the centre of a back three for Arsenal, but Mustafi's impressed Arsene Wenger with he's a louder player than Laurent Koscielny. He's an organiser verbally as well as tactically, and here he is, Monreal. Static ahead of the Spaniard for Arsenal, which isn't like them. Into Xhaka. Kolasinac, who made a pretty rapid recovery from a real walloping challenge from David Luiz at Stamford Bridge, which saw the Brazilian sent off. He's just lucky his foot wasn't planted, so he was able to absorb the blow. Otherwise, might well have been out for a long time. David Luiz, having complained initially, which you might have seen from the television pictures, I understand went to the Arsenal dressing room afterwards and apologised both for the tackle and for the fact that he rather misread how it had happened. And nothing quite so sinister there as Ramsey is knocked down by Krychowiak. Arsene Wenger having a word with the fourth official, Stuart Atwell. Bellerin. Ramsey was hoping that Lacazette could have just flicked it off to him to almost play him in. Here's El Neni. Arsenal try again. Sanchez. Bellerin. Retrieved by El Neni. He got the ball as he was caught, so Bobby Madley has decided to give the free kick.
I think it's a good decision from the referee. Could have played the advantage, but there's not really that much advantage because they're actually going wide. It's just a late challenge from Johnny Evans, and Bobby Madley's looked to see where the ball was going. And this is a better opportunity from Arsenal. It is a good opportunity as well.
Well, in theory it favours the left footer, but when the right footer is Alexis Sanchez, I would say don't rule him out.
Just looking at Koscielny as well, just in the wall, whether he's going to try and be used as the man to go through, in particular if it is Xhaka.
Sanchez takes it, and a follow-up is put away. Lacazette scores for the third home game in a row. The first Arsenal player since 1988 to come into the club and do that in league football here. Well, it was at Highbury then with Brian Marwood.
It was a fantastic free kick from Sanchez. He gets it up and down so quickly. Costa, I don't think, gets anything on it, and then the first one to react is Lacazette. He never stops his movement. He actually starts really deep, Lacazette. If you see the free kick, it is a great one from Sanchez. Then Lacazette gets in front of all the West Brom defenders, and he's the one there to put the ball into the back of the net. And here's the foul that led to it. You've got to say, it's great refereeing from Bobby Madley, because he saw there wasn't much of an advantage. And it's an obvious free kick, so give credit to the referee as well for that decision.
Johnny Evans trying to say that he pulled out, that he stopped in the nick of time. The referee didn't see it that way. And the returning Sanchez produced a threatening free kick, and Lacazette showed his sense of opportunism, which was why Arsenal brought him here. He scored against Leicester. He scored against Bournemouth. And now he scored here against West Bromwich Albion. No foul given. Tony Pulis can't believe it. Gareth Barry can't believe it. And Johnny Evans can't believe it. The picture tells its story. It's an Arsenal throw and not a West Brom free kick. Koscielny. A glance from Ramsey, but Sanchez couldn't quite make up the ground. It's been quite a grim countenance. We first saw Arsene Wenger come out, and the goal hasn't really changed that. Said some nice things, as most people have been saying about Gareth Barry, how much he's rated him through the 2 decades.
I think he actually tried to sign him when he was at Aston Villa, and instead he went to Manchester City, and obviously Manchester City then were spending a lot of money. He said at the time, I don't think they could compete.
Krakowiak. Robson Kanu rather hit him, and Rodriguez was trying to take it on from there. Lacazette can't bring it down. Just as well for West Brom that he couldn't, because you talked earlier, Danny, about space to let players run in behind. He was running in behind.
Yeah, we just have to be careful. The back three is just pushing a little bit too high, and it was just a simple clearance from Arsenal, and if Lacazette, it would have to have been a fantastic touch to get it under control, but he would have been through. Does mean a lot of players change of position. You're talking about Neon then having to come in as the right back, and then Evans will then go out to the left back position. But it can be difficult, and it's not something that West Brom have used against Manchester City, but something that's going to take time. I just think it's more a case of it enables them to possibly be defensively sound, but also give them the opportunity to play with 2 up front, so they can press quite high but be strong defensively.
Now by Livermore, former Tottenham player. Some of the Arsenal fans maybe recognise that. Beirin. Now Nenny. He hasn't always been a regular since he came here from Basel, the Egyptian. But when he does perform, he's wholehearted and always wanting the ball. He wanted it then, but Mustafi didn't find him. Barry. Ramsey nipping in. Rodriguez has got to be a defender here. Ramsey, Lacazette lets it run, hoping that Sanchez is coming behind him. Quick. And looking to be slick. On a surface that's been well watered beforehand by the sprinkler system here. And some rain in London earlier today. Elneny. Sanchez, Lacazette. Kolasinac backing up the play and going on again. Barry just gets it away.
El Nenny's causing a few problems for West Brom, because the midfield of West Brom, they're pushing high, they're trying to press, but the back three's staying quite deep, and El Nenny's releasing himself from Xhaka and just getting into them spaces between the midfield and defence, picking up the ball and then bringing the likes of Sanchez and Lacazette and Ramsey into play more.
Here is Sanchez. Oh, it's a great burst from Nacho Monreal. Amazing the extra confidence taking the lead. Does give a team, even a team that's perhaps some form and history, supposed to be successful. In this fixture, Arsenal.
You see with Monreal, he gives the ball, but then he just keeps going. He's got the pace to get him behind. He does that, stays on his feet. Neom's got a little hold of Monreal there, but there's no complaints from Monreal, and it's very similar to how Chelsea play. You just see here, Neom just get hold of him, his left arm, but Monreal doesn't make anything of it, when could have been a few appeals for a penalty there. But they do very similar to Chelsea in terms of Azpilicueta, who's a natural fullback. He has the opportunity to get forward and is comfortable doing that.
Xhaka. Nicely rolled into the path of Sanchez, onto Ramsey. Bellerin check. A very lively evening here in the Europa League against Cologne, a game that was held back for an hour because Cologne brought so many ticketless fans on their return to Europe after a long absence. The game passed off no problem once it got going. Arsenal had to come from behind to win it. And Kolasinac actually scored coming on as a substitute in that game. Here's Sanchez. Shut out by Hegazi. Now Neom. And Neom was in a Watford team that won here in an FA Cup quarter-final a couple of years back. The current Watford team are doing pretty well above both these sides on the rather fledgling table. Hegazi. Rodriguez hunting it down, making Cassiani play it out.
A lot of the runs from the forwards from Robson, Cano and Rodriguez, they're looking to get down the outsides of the two centre-backs, because the two wing-backs, both Kolasinac and Bellerin, they're playing high.
There's Bellerin. Kieran Gibbs has done very well to dig out a crossing position from that. Robson Kanu trying to keep it in play. Might just have done that as well. No. Wales international teammate of Aaron Ramsey, of course. Part of that great Euro 2016 adventure. Here's Dawson. He was so instrumental in the last game between these two sides, which was played up at West Brom in March. They won 3-1. He scored 2 goals. Arsenal really struggled defending the Albion excellence at set plays. Mustafi. Arsenal a goal to the good. Alexandre Lacazette in close range. Half an hour gone. Koscielny. Xhaka. Nice little link up with Sanchez, who wants to come in from the left-hand side. There he is again. El Neni. Rambunctious from Granit Xhaka. Another go here, switching it to this near side. Ramsey. by Robson Kanu. A driving run here from Krychowiak. And Rodriguez. That was a wonderful clearance off the line from Nacho Monreal. That's how close West Brom were to equalising here. Great run by the Pole.
Absolutely magnificent from Monreal. Great play from Krychowiak. Lovely ball in. And Monreal, when he sees his keeper go out, he takes his position. And that is phenomenal defending. Not only because he got there, but then to clear it off the line, send it over for a corner, because he could have easily have put that into his own net. But West Brom do have a set piece now, and we know the weaknesses from Arsenal.
Czech stays at home, and in the end, those in front of him do the job. First real chance for West Brom to express themselves. So when you think of Rodriguez's effort that was turned onto the post brilliantly by Czech, then they headed from the same player that Monreal's just cleared off the line. Arsenal have no grounds for complacency here, and Krychowiak catching El Neni in possession, and Jay Rodriguez goes again.
I think the one thing is with Arsenal, you know, when they are so dominant, when they are having all the possession, they will give you chances, because at times they forget about the defensive side of things. See West Brom, they dispossess El Neni here. It's Krychowiak who's coming to his own in the last few minutes. And Rodriguez, he takes a shot, but it's always going wide. But this is unbelievable defending, because, like I say, not just the fact to get there, but to actually put it over from near enough being on the line and stopping it from being a certain goal. But I say with Arsenal, no matter how dominant they are, especially when they play against the so-called lesser teams, they have all that possession, they play higher up, they will leave spaces in behind.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with the header, really, back across the goalkeeper. As you would have said, it was a beautifully flighted ball by Krychowiak on the run to get it there for Rodriguez, and the perception for him to spot Rodriguez. It was very good play from West Brom on the counter-attack. Really trying to get themselves away from the tag of being a club that's always fighting relegation. They had a bit of a yo-yo tag earlier on. They've just put that behind them. A decent season last time. Tony Pulis has done well, but here's Kolasinac, Lacazette to take it beyond Evans, and he put it now beyond Foster. The angle tightened. And now the challenge by Livermore. And in fact, the free kick has gone West Brom's way.
Yeah, you just see, I swear West Brom have to be careful losing the ball in their own half, and you see how quickly Arsenal get forward, and they manage to deal with it here. There's three players making sure they're around Lacazette, and I just think here this challenge from Livermore, I think it's an outstanding challenge. I think it's actually Kolasinac, and then fouls Livermore. That's a great challenge from Livermore.
Yeah, it was Lacazette coming back, and then Kolasinac got himself involved. Here's Neon. Done well to get the cross in. Oh, Robson Kanu flicked it. And it's another nearly moment for Jay Rodriguez, who's done pretty much everything but score in this first half.
They are vulnerable when crosses are coming into the box. Robson Kanu finds himself free at the near post, and then I think it's Krychowiak just can't get on the end of it. But if you look at the goals that Arsenal have conceded so far this season, a lot of them have come, and the majority of them come from crosses into the box where they do get caught out not picking up the men.
Robson Kanu. Neon. It'll be very interesting to see whether West Brom stay with this kind of approach, as it's really offering them plenty of joy. There have been criticisms in the past of West Brom fans and indeed Stoke fans in your time saying away from home we just don't do anything. There's no attacks. There's it's really a damage limitation exercise, but that really contributed to this fast-moving first half.
I think the one thing that this West Brom team does have, particularly going forward, you have that pace, you have the Robson Cannon, you have Rodriguez, you have players who can get up the ball.
You have two strikers.
Two strikers as well, but like I say, it enables you to be quick on the counter-attack, because, like I say, Arsenal will leave space in behind, and they've got pace with Robson Cannon and Rodriguez that can then exploit that.
Here's Neon, down by Dawson, down that far touchline. Dawson again.
It's really well, Kolasinac originally, but I think this is given for handball from Kolasinac when he wants a foul from Dawson on him. You see he's put his hands on the ball.
Whistle hadn't gone.
These are really good opportunities for West Brom.
Another card for Alexis Sanchez. Formerly of this parish. And Milan Koscielny's been called out to try and mediate here. And obviously, that's if you don't do something about it, I might. Here's the ref. Probably just as well for Alexis Sanchez that half-time isn't that far away. He would be ill-advised to encroach over the spray line there. Right at the end of the first half, in which West Bromwich Albion have done much more than just make up the numbers here at the Emirates Stadium. So well drilled in these circumstances. It comes off Lacazette, and they're very well drilled at corners as well. Gibbs very much in the mix if he's a set-piece taker for Tony Pulis.
Yeah, definitely, he will work. When he was at Stoke City, he would work from Tuesday onwards on set-pieces. And they were key, we scored so many goals from it, and he's done that at West Brom as well, and these are great opportunities for West Brom if the delivery is right.
Headed out by Mustafi. Krakowiak. It's a lovely pass. And Bellerin. And again, West Brom frustrated right at the end. Barry was coming round. Of course, Rodriguez was in the mix by the post.
It's brilliant from Krakowiak, a lovely ball, but this ball in from Gibbs is even better. It's a lovely ball in. Bellerin misses it, and I think that just puts Barry off a little bit. But once again, West Brom coming close. They've had a good first half, and like you just said, if they went in level, if they were to score now, it wouldn't be against a run of play.
And with a corner, they've got every chance of going in level. Arsenal have obviously done their work. And what to expect. It's Livermore's delivery. Evans has to go back, running out of time to go forward here. Indeed, they have run out of time. Well, Lacazette's sense of opportunism giving Arsenal the first half lead from the Alexis Sanchez. Free kick. Jay Rodriguez could have had a penalty, had a shot turned onto the post just after that. And then had a header magnificently cleared off the line by Nacho Monreal. Well, Arsenal are in the lead, but they're not in command here at the Emirates at half-time. Arsenal 1, West Bromwich Albion 0.
Mark was talking about the possibility of a penalty. Coming up, Robbie and Kyle will explain why West Brom should have been awarded that penalty. It's the first time Alexis and Lacazette are starting together, and so far, they are the difference.
I see trees myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful
The all-new 2018 Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, Vaughn! Got a sec? What's up, folks? I found this in your locker. Codes. I'm delicate.
The Autumn Carb Turkey is back for a limited time at Subway. So much turkey.
Is your personal information already being traded on the dark web?
Find out with Experian. Right now, Experian is offering a one-time dark web scan completely free. Go to Experian.com/scan to see if your information is on the dark web. Then learn how Experian can help protect your identity. Act now to help keep your personal information safe. Get your free dark web scan at Experian.com/scan today.
Bears, Packers. When it's on, it's on. The Bears charge into Green Bay, where the Packers look to prove that they control the North. Thursday Night Football, Thursday at 8 on NFL Network and streaming on Amazon Prime Video.
What two items do you always have with you? Your phone and your wallet. Now they go even better together thanks to the Atomic Charge Wallet, the best wallet you'll ever own. And watch this, it can even charge your phone. The Atomic Charge Wallet has a rugged aluminum casing that can withstand drops and shocks and is lined with the latest RFID blocking technology. Yet it's so lightweight, it floats away with this balloon. The Atomic Charge Wallet holds everything you own, yet it's so slim it can slip easily into a purse or pocket. The next time your phone starts to die at the worst possible moment, simply plug your Atomic Charge Wallet into your phone.
Act now to get your Atomic Charge Wallet for just $19.99. But wait, order now and you can get a second one absolutely free. There's no additional charge to ship it to you. Just $19.99. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-546-7955 to get your Atomic Charge Wallet. So call 1-800-546-7955 or go to AtomicChargeWallet.com.
Welcome to Premier League Halftime, presented by Volkswagen SUVW. A riveting first half. Arsenal lead at 1-0. Was a half that featured a questionable and critical call as we take a look at the Geico first half highlights. We pick it up 8th minute off the turnover and right into that controversy.
Yeah, poor giveaway. And there's plenty of Arsenal players back to defend this, but one ball beats all of them. And Rodriguez just does so well here. Cuts it under his plant foot, and this is a foul. He gets back up quickly, and Petr Cech comes up with a remarkable save, and then Livermore misses the rebound. Here's the contact. That's the foul. Why doesn't Madley call this? Well, initially, maybe his view is blocked. He's trying to get a better angle, and he runs across players, and maybe he just doesn't see the contact. The other thing is maybe he's playing an advantage, but a shot from this tough angle against Petr Cech is not an advantage to a shot at the penalty spot. They would have preferred that.
Move ahead to the 20th minute, and it's Arsenal, and it's Lacazette.
Yeah, it's a great save from Foster from the free kick. But you see, Robson Kanu, who's a centre-forward, picking up Lacazette. He goes to sleep. Lacazette sniffs out the chance, and he becomes the first player to score in his first 3 Premier League home games for Arsenal.
So that makes it 1-0, but 38th minute, it's another opportunity, and it's Jay Rodriguez again, Kyle.
Yeah, it's just a poor giveaway. And this time they didn't have the numbers back. And what a good break this is. And as this ball makes its way far post, outstanding header against the grain. But how about that from Monreal? I mean, just excellent to read that Petr Cech's beaten here, and Jay Rodriguez just can't catch a break. That looked like it was destined for the back of the net, but great play from Monreal.
So Monreal bails out Cech, and then later on it's Cech bailing out his team.
Yeah, just in the last minute of the first half, Gareth Barry knocks it back across, and Jay Rodriguez is on the near post. And I think just here we'll see the boot of Petr Cech just get there and get it out to the side. Jay Rodriguez could have had a hat-trick that half. He's had that many chances.
But let's go back to that 8th minute and the penalty claim. Jay Rodriguez, is the lesson here, sell it?
Yeah, because he's way too honest. And the moment he gets up, well, that's his advantage. And unfortunately for him, it's a brilliant save by Petr Cech. But this is a penalty kick. Now, the referee should blow it. He doesn't, because Rodriguez gets up and thinks, well, now the advantage is that he's got the shot. It's not a great angle, but it's a brilliant save from Petr Cech. And it's one of those where it doesn't quite morally feel right. You're honest and you don't get the best decision. It would have been a penalty kick.
But you look at West Brom, this doesn't look like a team that only has 4 Premier League goals this season. Is Arsenal the team that needs to make the adjustment at this point?
Yeah, I thought they were outplayed. West Brom were the more dangerous team in that half. It actually reminds me of the game, first one of the season at the Emirates against Leicester, where I think they were surprised a bit, Arsenal, that day, as they've been surprised by a tactical switch to a back 3, which shouldn't surprise them. They did it against Manchester City, but have pressed them from the beginning a little
Bellerin. It's moving West Brom about. Arsenal hoping to find an opening where they can just flick a switch and turn this possession into some penetration and a second goal. Bellerin, 1-2 with El Neni, a 1-2 with Ramsey. Lovely football. Patience. And then the quick interchange that very nearly got them in.
And he did it, and he did it very well. They created an overload down the right-hand side, but because they'd moved West Brom around, just ended up being good defending. And Gibbs, great play from Bellerin to get forward as well.
Work a 2-on-1 here. Change angle in. Good header out by Hegazi. Sanchez. Kolasinac. Ramsey's done well against Neom. Oh, wow. I think it was. It's given. Danny, you look as though you might have a different point of view.
Well, obviously, you've got to see it again, but it's a huge call. It's a massive call. It's great play initially from Ramsey. He does do really well. Looking at it again, you see him, he's got slightly ahead, but
he's eased him off it.
I don't know whether that's enough for a penalty. I must say, I think it's harsh. He has been yellow carded, but I think that's a very, very big call. And I think it's a harsh decision from the referee, Bobby Madley, to give the penalty against Neom.
That's a big moment in the match, because you feel if Lacazette can convert this, that a 2-goal margin might be too much for West Brom. Particularly their form in the second half hasn't been quite as vibrant as in the first. We're almost halfway through the second half, and it is 2-0. Drilled low, effective. And Arsenal have certainly found themselves a new goal scorer this season. Neon still ruining it, discussing it with the referee.
I think it's a very cool, calm penalty. And Lacazette right in the corner. Goalkeeper Foster goes the right way. There's just too much precision in it.
He looks a proper number 9. I know the numbers all change now with the squad figures, but the real strikers want to wear the number 9. That history has been passed down, and he's a real striker. Questions about the award of the penalty, certainly not about the taking of it.
No, it is a fantastic penalty, but you see Neom just sarcastically clapping the referee. No matter how frustrated you are, how much you believe you've been wrong, you've got to be careful. That could have earned him a second yellow. I think the problem you have in them situations, we see the penalty being given. How many times do we see in a game a player easing another player out of the way when the ball's going out for front? You don't see a foul given, and I just think it's a huge call.
The one thing you do see is if players get their body in front, and that's often defenders defending, and allow the attacker to push them over, and the free kick is given. And but did that come into that category? I must say,
it's a tough
you don't
call.
see many given.
No.
To back you up, Danny, you don't see many given like that. But my impression was that if it had been anywhere else in the pitch, it would have been given as an easy to give as a foul. Anyway, it's been given. It's 2-0. Lacazette's on a hat-trick. Arsenal looking to really finish West Brom off now. Xhaka. Neom trying to get his wits about him again. And here's Jay Rodriguez. Rondon can't help him out. And you feel now that the balance is so much in Arsenal's favour. If West Brom do push more players forward to try and at least half the deficit, then Arsenal will be set up to counter-attack. Kolasinac. Here's Dawson. Cut out by Sanchez. And Lacazette might reach this. He has reached it. Oh, and there was the chance to be the latest scorer of a hat-trick in the Premier League for Arsenal. The very first scorer of a hat-trick in the Premier League for Arsenal. Kevin Campbell was on the pitch at half-time talking about that experience.
This is an unbelievable first touch from Lacazette. Foster then knows he's in no man's land. He does manage to narrow the angle enough. It's all about the first touch from Lacazette, but he's just not able to get around the ball to put the finishing touches on it.
Tagazi, and then Morrison. And here's Rodriguez. And shouts for handball against Rondon, but probably madly indicating play on, as if he would have given it had it ended up in the net. Xhaka. Kolasinac. One more change for Tony Pulis. Matt Phillips, who was left out, has been pretty much a regular when fit. Pacey wide man, returned to the Scotland squad recently, is getting ready to be the final change for the Baggies. It's not his lucky ground, is it?
No, not one of his favourites, no doubt about it, but he'll be very frustrated to think about the penalty decision. But they haven't really created anything this second half. The first half they had some great opportunities, but they've not really been able to do that this second half. Arsenal have just pushed that a little bit higher up, made it very difficult for West Brom to get out of their own half.
Krychowiak. Rondon, and Arsenal just a little slow initially to react to Neon's throw. Rondon was able to turn and chase it. A lot of applause for Kieran Gibbs from those who used to cheer him on a regular basis as he takes the corner, and there's Johnny Evans at the back post. Phillips, who has a lot of talent, it's one of those confidence players who needs to really be on his game to get that belief to deliver. Certainly belongs at this level. Likely to be Alan Neon who gave away the penalty. We get a more naturally attacking player down the right-hand side.
Alan Neon.
And Phillips is on.
Being replaced by Matt Phillips.
17 minutes left. 2-0 to Arsenal, who seemingly can win here on every day of the week. But here's Phillips, too close to check. Great skill and strength from Sanchez. The touch from Ramsey, from Xhaka. The swagger to this Arsenal move. El Neni. Lacazette really enjoying himself. And Xhaka has the shot. Sometimes you wonder why he doesn't shoot more often, and maybe that was the answer, but when he gets it right, it's a weapon.
And this is fantastic skill from Sanchez, not just the first touch, but the strength as well. You see how much smaller he is than Dawson, and the strength of him as well to hold off and to get Arsenal on the attack.
No sign of relaxation on the Arsenal bench.
Just looking at West Brom, I think that substitution has brought a change of system as well. Looks as though they've gone to the 4 at the back now. And with 3 midfielders really, Barry, Morrison, Krakowiak, and then Rodriguez, Rondon and Phillips further forward.
Phillips with the header. Xhaka, read by Krakowiak, is Rondon. And a bit of frustration. Tony Pulis was this time appealing more in hope than expectation. Nothing worse than a smiling referee when the decision's gone against you. Here's Kolasinac. El Neni. Kolasinac. Said at half-time when the teams went in, Arsenal were in the lead but not in command. But I think now they've widened the lead, the command has come. They made all their changes. They don't need an injury. Magazi is slightly cramping up a bit. Xhaka. Monreal. Flipped in towards Ramsey by Sanchez. Both players had a little bit of a look at each other as if to blame each other. Sanchez blaming the run or the direction of it, Ramsey blaming the pass. Olivier Giroud is still on 99 Arsenal goals and getting less and less opportunity. I think every chance he will start in the Europa League. Arsenal in the Champions League trips off the tongue, but it doesn't apply anymore. Europa League on Thursday in Belarus against Bate Borisov. Morrison. Gareth Barry, his big night. Doesn't look as though it's going to be a winning night. Evans. Rondon going in, slightly raised foot. No damage done. El Neni. Beautifully controlled by Ramsey. Morrison and Gibbs trying to get around him. Hegazi steps in and Bellerin just nicked it back for the home side. Here's Monreal. Sanchez. Good challenge by Evans. Comes back to Sanchez. Seen him do that a few times. Bend it into the far corner, but not this time. Morrison. Here's El Neni. Sanchez. It's going to be another goal in the game. You feel it's going to come from Arsenal.
The game's becoming very stretched now. We've just seen Rondon. He's found himself a little bit isolated, so there really isn't any way. West Brom at the moment, when they are getting the ball up to Rondon, is none of his teammates are near him because Arsenal have been that good in possession and have driven West Brom that far back.
Dawson saying got the ball, as he has been booked. Gareth Barry, the captain tonight, trying to speak up.
Seeing a challenge, Dawson. It's one of them ones, it's a challenge from behind. I think normal circumstances doesn't make it right, but I believe in them situations, if Dawson hadn't have been booked, I think he would have been booked.
Yeah. Referees are allowed that kind of discretion, and I think we're grateful for the fact that they are.
Definitely.
In from Xhaka. Oh, it's a free header from Mustafi. They may not need the insurance of another goal. The kind of scoreline you probably expected when he came to the game, Danny, but not been quite that kind of shape to the game. It hasn't been dominant, Arsenal, much more in the second half, but it looks as though West Brom's best work happened before half-time, unless they can just flick a switch here and maybe get the substitutes to function a bit better than they have been since they came on, Morrison and Rondon and Phillips.
I think, obviously, goals do win you games, but I would also say that you go back to Monreal, the man on the ball now, what he did, that changed the whole emphasis of the game. That would have meant, more than likely, that West Brom would have gone in 1-1. So sometimes clearances like that, they can be as important as goals in terms of which way the game's going to go.
Very good point. Here's Koscielny. And Czech's touch onto the post would come into that category. From the same J. Rodriguez. Here's Kolasinac, Lacazette. Morrison playing a dangerous game, and El-Neni. Also get another corner. Been quite consistent in going short with them, saying, well, West Brom are very good in the air, we've got to do something different. There we go again, something different. And look at Bellerin, not closed down, he can have a right crack, which he did.
He was fortunate that Rodriguez was in the way, but West Brom just switched up again. There was numerous options. They could have played the short one, decided to go to Bellerin. Rodriguez just gets his head on it. West Brom just completely switched off.
Well, there's going to be no hat-trick for Alexandre Lacazette. It might be a 100th goal for the club for Olivier Giroud. He's got around 10 minutes. The French connection between the striker and the boss.
Yeah, he's had
and the substitute.
He's had a good game, Lacazette. Giroud now coming on as a substitute. There'll be no defined marker for him. He's a big physical presence as well. He'll be hoping to get his head on this.
Yeah, goal 99 was a header at this end of the Emirates on the opening night of this Premier League season. And they're going to make another change as well. He hates going off, Alexis Sanchez. He hates it. His debut was at Wembley in the Community Shield. He was taken off at half-time, and apparently in the dressing room, they hardly knew him, really. He went ballistic. And Mesut Ozil, a pretty starry replacement. Headed out by Gibbs. Back by Monreal. Gibbs again. Dawson, but everything falling Arsenal's way. Staffy playing wide right. Ozil. With a slight knee problem. Probably Chelsea away. Not really suited to his kind of creative game. And as we said right at the start, Danny, it was a great defensive performance by Arsenal to get the point that brought them back here. And as for it's Gary Megson, you might have noticed there, former West Brom manager, of course, now helping Tony Pulis. Morrison. Rondon trying to bring it down, not too much support for him. Well, all credit to Arsenal, because though they led at half-time, their performance wasn't a dominating one. They've upped their game in the second half, and I think we should say that rather than West Brom had dropped off the pace a bit. There's no shortage of effort, but must have been more assertive in the second half. And the penalty, yes, on another day it might not have been given, but it did, I think, reward Arsenal for the way they played in the second period.
I think just more intensity in their game in the second half.
Giroud, Ramsey, Kolasinac. El Neni, is he going to have a crack from here? No.